Hi, welcome to Rose Opal Knits, a crafty channel.
This is episode 75 and I'm Daphne.
And I'm Erica, and we are a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law duo from Delaware. Hey, how you doing? It is Monday.
The 27th.
Yep, February 27th. And we're recording a week late. We were busy at the beginning of last week, and then the kids got sick, and now I'm feeling sick too, and the kids are still sick, and Holden's sick, and so
I'm pretty sure the only ones not sick are me, Tom, and Chris.
Yeah.
Everyone else is sick.
Yeah. Everyone else is sick. So I'm not feeling the best today. So we're just gonna push through and talk about what we need to talk about. But I am going to just throw this out there. I'm the one that edits the podcasts, and so I'm not gonna do anything fancy. I'm not gonna put the words on the screen or anything. If you have any questions about what a pattern is or who designed it, because we weren't clear when we spoke, just leave a comment down below and we'll get back to you. Okay, thanks for understanding. Okay, so we have a winner to announce, and I did take a picture of the winner, so I will make sure to pop that in right now. And her name was Cindy. So Cindy, congratulations. I don't remember her last name, do you?
We started with an N.
Nixdorf.
Yeah.
Something.
I wanted to say that, but I don't want to say your name wrong.
Yeah. I can't remember how it's spelled, so I can't even begin to pronounce it correctly.
I knew it was an N.
But you just said both of the sock sets. Oh, we didn't even grab the sock sets. Well, it was an orange sock set and a blue, which was called, what was it called? Do you remember?
It was, the blue one is Slushy with a willow tree mini. That was like a magenta purpley color. Yeah. And then the other one was Phoenix.
Yes.
Right? And then Golden Hour was the mini, which were our hand dyed stuff.
Yes.
They are both fingering weight, and they're 75-25.
And so you didn't pick one over the other one, so you can just, when you contact us, you can either email us at roseopalknits@gmail.com, or you can, if you're on Instagram, you can message us on there and just let us know which one you'd like us to send out to you. All right, and we will do that as soon as we can. And I also would like to thank those of you that have donated to the Ko-Fi link that's in the description box down below, and we really appreciate that, and that helps us with shipping costs and to be able to continue to do giveaways and just prizes with our make-alongs and knit-alongs. So we appreciate that. Oh, and to help cover the cost of the website where we put our free patterns, knitting patterns. So, we're gonna get anything else? Okay, so we do have something else to talk about.
You couldn't see it.
No, but we've adjusted the angle of the camera a little bit. Now you can. So Daphne, we'll talk about it.
Okay, anyway, so if you watch We Share Needles, they made merch for their podcast. And then I was like, we wanted a sweatshirt. We've talked about sweatshirts since like, what, December-ish? Probably before that. But December, we were like actually serious about it.
I think since your brother designed the new logo, yeah.
Yeah, whenever he did that. I forget when I asked him to. Well, he finished it around December too. Because I asked him to, and he did it, but then he didn't like fully finish it yet. And then he finally finished it. But then we were trying to find like more of a small shop that could do it.
Just to get sweatshirts for us. We thought if we could find someone, well, you buy sweatshirts from someone.
The Canvas and Clay Clothing Co.
Is that on
Etsy? No, it's not on Etsy. She has her own website.
Oh.
But I went to high school with her, and I buy a lot of her sweatshirts. If you see any of the sweatshirts I wear, they're pretty much all from her. And they're just like cute little sayings. The Christmas coffee drinks one that I had for a while. Yeah, I mean, I wore them. I've been wearing them for a little while. Like, there's one that says "Stay Cozy," a mama one.
We can link her shop below.
Yeah, I really like her shop. Her stuff's really cute. And so
You contacted
I did contact her and asked her if she could do it, and she couldn't. I don't know, like, why or anything. She said her machine couldn't handle, like, couldn't do the design. So we were going to go with her, but then, like, for our own. But then she said she couldn't do it, which was fine. And then, so then I was like, let me see what Kristen and Maddie used.
Them.
And then I was like, we're going to try this.
Yeah,
and I was make it public or anything yet.
Yeah.
We're going to try it. I'm going to order one because I want a sweatshirt with RoseOpalKnits on it, which got it, and a sticker. But, so there is a link on... You can put the link below, right? I don't want to sign you up for extra stuff right now. But so there will be a link below, but it is also already on our Instagram. Because, like...
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I already did it. Because I didn't want to deal with it later.
Oh, okay. So you put it in our link tree?
Yes. It is already in our link tree on Instagram.
RoseOpalKnits.
But, so, about the sticker, too. It says it's a 4x4. This entire sheet is like a 4x4. But the actual... sticker obviously does not cover the entire thing. It's like half of it.
It's like 4x2.
So it's like 4x2. So, and then all the designs have just the same thing. The logo.
Our RoseOpalKnits. Yeah.
So, and there is a discount code. It's already applied. It should be
20% off.
Yes, it's 20% off. It should be applied. It starts tomorrow until March 19th. So.
Well. This will go up on the day it starts, right? So today is Monday, February 27th. So the 20% off discount code will start on February 28th, which is when this should go up.
Yes. And it's off everything in that Spreadshirt shop. Yes.
Yeah. So, and I was already familiar with Spreadshirt shop before Maddie and Kristen opened their shop because the Crazy Sock Lady has merchandise in a Spreadshirt shop that I had purchased from. And then I think Nitty Natty talks about having a Spreadshirt shop too. And Dog Mom Knits, she just opened one. So you've probably, if you watch a lot of podcasts, knitting podcasts, then you have probably seen somebody talk about it. But anyway, so if you want to have a RoseOpalKnits,
different colors too. I just wanted gray.
Sweatshirt. So. Or t-shirt, or
there are canvas bags too.
Tote bag, sticker.
There are a couple.
Is there a mug?
Extra things. I do think I put the mug, the travel cup. I don't know. I think I did pretty much anything that they said the logo could go on is in the shop. So, and they're all the same logo.
And we will earn a little bit or a percentage. Excuse me. A percentage of the cost of the item. Obviously Spreadshirt makes money too, but then we also will earn a little bit, which of course will go back to helping us cover costs basically. All right, so is that it? We did the giveaway and we talked about RoseOpalKnits merchandise. So, and everything that we discuss will be linked below, and if I don't have it in the description box below, or it won't be linked. It'll either be named, and then things that need links will have the proper links. If they're not there right as the episode goes up, it will be there by the end of the day on Tuesday, February 28th. Okay, so let's get into the knitting. And we can start with, right, I only have knitting. Do you only have?
I only have knitting.
Okay. So we will start with knitting and finished objects. How many do you have?
5.
All right, I only have 2, so why don't you start?
Okay. I don't even know what I want to start with. Okay. Well, I don't even know. Because there's...
You could do them in sections. You've got 2 hats.
Yeah. And then
socks.
we'll talk about, I guess, mishaps in a way first. Not really mishaps. One is, but one's not. But anyways, so Holden requested a bright yellow hat. I don't want to show this just yet because it's kind of gross. Anyway, Holden requested a bright yellow hat because he switched positions at work and now he's working outside, so he wanted a highlighter yellow hat so it's more more noticeable, as if he really needs that 6'4", huge dude. Like, and he wears a vest or a jacket that's bright neon yellow too. So he didn't really need one, but he requested it, so I was like, whatever, I'll knit him it. And it's been 2 weeks since it's been finished, and he's worn it. It's already been washed. And after the first week, I didn't wash it once I finished it, because I finished it like Monday night, and he works Tuesday night, so it wasn't going to be dried in time for him to wear it, but he wanted to wear it. So I was like, okay, fine. So I didn't wash it. I washed it last Sunday, something like that. And then, because it was so gross, and I had to wash it like 4 times to try to get it clean. It never came clean. And then he had to work again this last week. So, and it has not been washed. And I did not take any pictures of it before he wore it at all. Mind you, I didn't think he was going to get it filthy, okay? But he is very much like, if he's at work, he's at work. He doesn't care. He's just in the zone. He's in the zone. Yeah. He does not care. He's just going to do his job. He's just going to, no matter what. So this is why this hat is very dirty. But it is a sockhead slouch hat by Kelly McClure, right? Yep. And I knit it on a US 2.5 for the ribbing, and then a US 3 for the rest of the hat. Now, you've seen these hats, because I've knit them multiple times, but Holden will wear them, and they will get stretched. I don't want to show this. It's so gross.
Just show it.
It's so gross. Like, for real. Like, it
doesn't even look as dirty on the screen.
It doesn't. This thing is filthy. Like, it's got tar on it. Like there. And up top. Like, but yeah.
It is very dingy looking in person. It's
so gross. I haven't washed it yet, but I really should. But he works tomorrow, so probably not going to get washed. It's so dirty. But I have yarn left over. It is the yarn. The yarn is You Knit I Die in the highlighter yellow, I believe. But he requested another hat, and this
I think it's completely understandable that the hat's dirty. I don't know why.
It's so gross. Like, it's so gross. It doesn't look as gross as it is, but it's gross, okay? But anyways, he requested another hat, but this time he requested the Musselburgh hat, which I do not have enough yarn to actually knit a full one for him, so I'm going to do half and half.
He wants a Musselburgh and that highlighter yellow? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I have to do half and half. I just don't know what color I'm going to do for the other half yet. Because, I mean, I feel like it doesn't really matter. But, like...
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't know what scrap...
If it's going to get dirty, maybe you should do, like, a charcoal or a yellow, a gray or something.
Yeah. I don't have any of those.
Oh.
Well, then I'm like, why am I going to use hand-dyed yarn that I can knit myself a pair of socks with for the inside of his hat that's going to get dirty? So maybe I should just buy something.
That's true, too.
I don't know yet. But then the other hat was supposed to be for Theo, my 1.5-year-old, and my kids have big heads. So this is not his hat anymore because it barely fit him. It's little. It's like a newborn size. And mind you, I have knit this hat, like, what, 4 times? 5 times? Something like this. This is Rafa's hat by Joji Locatelli. I did modify it just slightly, so it's a free pattern. But I think it goes in intervals of 8. So it's an adult pattern. And I went from the smallest size. I basically made my own size and went down another size. Like, whatever those intervals are, I just took that interval and went down one more.
Like the repeat.
Yeah, because it's like small, medium, and large. I should have just went with the large. I mean, the small. For him. Because it is a DK worsted weight.
Is this DK yarn?
That's DK yarn.
Oh, okay.
The pattern might be written for worsted, but I have knit it on DK weight before, and it's been fine.
What yarn is this?
This is, Mad Tosh Whooping Willow that I used for my care sweater. And I knit it on a US 5, I believe. Might have been a 6, but I think it was a 5.
So it'll be Isaac's, right?
Yeah. But yeah, So
all right. Well, I'll talk about one of my finishes.
That's why it's like a mishap, but not mishap. It's fine. It'll fit someone, hopefully.
So this project lived in my bee bag by White Rose Fiber Co. And it was my Bean and Olive by Andrea Mowry, Drea Renee Knits. It's not mine. I knit it for my 6-year-old daughter, Mary Rose. And here it is, finished. And I think I was right down here somewhere. I can't remember. I meant to look and I forgot. Completely forgot. So I was knitting this so that she could wear it to my niece's bridal shower, which took place on February 11th. And it was finished and ready for her to wear, and she refused to wear it. That's how it goes sometimes. This neckline is really big, and Daphne warned me. She told me that it would be big. But Mary Rose is very tactile. Is that the word?
I think so.
Like,
sounds right.
Socks, pants, underwear. You know, the way things fit really bother her. And she just said this neck didn't feel right. It felt too big. And she was like, she kept doing this and like yanking on it. So I said, fine, whatever.
That's like how wide mine is. Mm-hmm. When I knit mine. And I was like, I knit mine and I didn't realize the neck was going to stretch out that much. And then it did. I used acrylic yarn for mine. And it stretched out. And I was like, oh,
this is acrylic.
I was not prepared for it to stretch that much.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's very pretty. I love the way it looks. I think I said in the last episode that it looks like stained glass, like it reminded me of stained glass. And so maybe I can figure out something to either tighten up the neck or, I don't know.
I'm wondering, maybe if like you put some, like, it would look cute if you had like a little collar dress on and then put it over it. Maybe that could work. You know, like if it wasn't directly on her.
Well, she had a dress under it. She had like a tank dress under it, so I don't
maybe
know.
If she had something more covering though, because if it's like actually touching her skin, I could see a bug in her more.
Oh, but yeah, like a collar, yeah, that makes sense.
What you wore to church
yesterday,
you know? Yeah, like something like that. But I doubt she'd actually wear a collar shirt. Actually, now that I think about that.
So so this pattern is written for DK weight yarn. I used worsted weight yarn and just went down a size from what I would have normally knit for her. I went, you know, up needle sizes. Let me talk about that. I used this yarn and this yarn. Do we hold them? This is from Hobby Lobby. It is, I love this yarn. One is black and one is strawberry jam.
One is black.
one is strawberry jam. And I have a lot left over. So I think I'm going to knit Paisley a sweater out of it. Not a Bean and Olive, but another sweater. Let me see. So I can tell you all the details. I knit this 4x6 size. She's 6 years old, and I used worsted weight instead of DK weight. If I had used the DK weight, I would have knit her a 6 to 8 size, which probably would have ended up being too big still, you know. I used worsted weight with a US 10 needle for the main body, and for the smaller needle, I wrote it somewhere on here. What is a 5mm needle? Is that an 8?
Maybe.
Yeah, because a 6 is a 4, a 7's 4.5mm. So I used an 8 for the ribbing. And I omitted the color work. There's little hearts here before the cuff. I omitted those. But I think everything else is pretty much to pattern.
I feel like this is one of those patterns, like if you're gonna knit it, I am not normally one that says you should check your gauge, but for this one, I think you really should, because that neckline is
honestly, I think
kind of not fiddly, but like once you go to wash it and stuff, and once it's like done being knit, it stretched so much.
If I were to knit this pattern again for myself or for the child or somebody, I think I would knit the neckline of the size smaller than the size I wanted. That's what I think I would do.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so when I knit Paisley's, because I knit one for Paisley for the bridal shower too, and her neckline did not stretch out as much as mine did, or Mary Rose's.
Really? I still think I would.
It was weird.
I still think I would go down the size. It would.
And I would. Okay, but
it seemed like a lot of stitches.
I went down to the second or third size. Paisley's 2.5, and she wears like 4, 5T. So, and it was like the size.
Well, I knit the 4 to 6 size, so you probably knit the 2 to 4 size.
I think I knit the size down. I think I knit the 1 to 2.
1 to 2?
I think I knit her the 1 to 2 size, which makes sense because of her age, but like based on the clothing size she wears comfortably, because she doesn't like her clothes to be too tight. She'd rather them be looser.
Well, if you went that small, then maybe that's why the neckline wasn't as big.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking my neckline for her didn't stretch out because I did go down so far. Yeah,
but like I think if I had knit the neckline for the 2 to 4 size and then just gone up to the 4 to 6 size for the rest of the sweater, I think it would have been fine. But it is a...
I really like the pattern. I like both of the ones I've knit. Oh, too.
And the sweater I knit, I think is beautiful, but it's just the
neckline is like, you have to.
If you have a child that doesn't care what they're wearing, like if nothing ever bothers them, they will wear the finest silk or like the scratchiest wool. Then you know, any size, then it would probably be fine. But because my daughter is so sensitive to that kind of stuff, you know,
my neckline didn't bother me either because I have quite a bit of positive ease in mine, actually. But I knit it cropped, slightly. Not like super cropped, but I always wear high-waisted jeans. So it like meets up with my jeans. But mine has quite a bit of ease to it. So my neckline is pretty wide. But like if you wanted a more fitted one, you'd probably want to go down a size, is what I think. Because I knit the size that she recommends for the ease. But like I fell in that bracket basically. But like if you wanted a more fitted and like the neckline to lay flatter, like it doesn't even lay flat, it's just very wide basically. So probably go down in size.
All right, you want to talk about some of yours, because I only have one more.
We'll talk about socks, because I was worried I wasn't going to finish socks for February.
I didn't,
which was crazy. Okay, but and it was crazy.
I don't know why she was worried. I think that's what she means. It was crazy for her to worry.
Yeah. I don't know why I was worried. Because it was what, like, last week? Yeah, like, last Monday. I was like...
If you can hear loud noises, there are people downstairs.
And it's Tom and Holden, the ones with, like, the loudest voices. But anyways, so socks. I did just vanilla socks. So, okay. Also, someone asked in the comments, I forget who exactly, but I remember seeing the comment.
Oh yeah, because we didn't respond to any comments because we were doing the giveaway and we never respond until after we pick a winner. Someone
asked what I meant by a vanilla sock. That just means a stockinette leg and foot. So there's no pattern to it.
It's just plain
stockinette, basically. Like, yeah, like,
that's what I mean.
But anyway, so my first pair.
She didn't follow a pattern. It's just the same numbers that you always use when you knit it. Yeah.
This is my first pair. This is Yarnable Grape Crush. I don't know when it's from or anything because I got it from Tracy in a yarn swap. And I was on the first sock all the way up here last time I showed it. And so I didn't work on these socks up until last Monday. So a week ago, and I was worried because that's how far I was on this pair. And so I finished these, and it is just vanilla sock. Like I said, they're 64 count with a 1x1 rib, heel flap and gusset, and a wedge toe, and it's on a US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter. And I think that's it about these. Just like plain socks. But the other pair I finished was another pair of plain vanilla socks. But these I guess aren't considered plain. And again, this is where I was last Monday on both of them. And they're both vanilla, without fingering weight socks. So they're the same 64 count, 1x1 rib, heel flap and gusset, wedge toe. This wedge toe I did cut just a little short, so I decreased down to 10 stitches. Not 10 stitches, 20 stitches instead of 16. Yes. Right.
This is a scrappy pair though, right?
Yes, this is my scrappy pair. This was my full skein pair for February.
So that's two different yarns that she striped.
Yes. So the cuff, heel, and toe is Regia. It's like their sparkle base.
Glitter base, I think it's
glitter.
called.
And then, so the lighter color, the like smaller stripe is Mesa Skeins Advent from 2021, I believe.
One of her 20-gram minis.
Yeah, it's one of the 20-gram minis. And I have a little bit of it left. Not a lot. Probably around, I didn't weigh it, but it's probably around about 10-ish grams, actually, which is crazy. But this other color is Allison Pip in Daylily. And I had 22 grams of that yarn. And I used every single piece of that yarn. And why I'm saying I think it's 10 grams of the Mesa Skeins is because that was a 20 gram and these stripes. So the Allison Pip is 10, no it's not, it's 8 rounds. And then the Mesa Skeins is 4 rounds. So pretty sure it's around, yeah. Pretty sure it's around 10-ish grams left of that one.
Well, they don't look that much different in size.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just can't tell exactly where one ends and one starts. I thought they looked pretty even. But they're pretty.
They're very pretty. This is probably one of my favorite pairs of scrappy socks I've ever knit.
All right, I've got another white rose fiber co bag, and in this is my last finished object. It is another dishcloth, and it looks just like the dishcloth I knit last month. The pattern I used is grandmother's favorite or grandma's second favorite. I don't know. It's on Ravelry. It's a free pattern.
Is it the PJ Allen one?
Yeah, by PJ Allen. And I used knit picks in the Dusty Rose. Is that what it is? I've got it right here. Knit picks Dishy in the Colonial Rose colorway. So I will probably get a third. I don't know if I'll get a full third, or I might have to use a different color to finish it, or I might have a little bit left. I don't know, but we'll see. So I did have this little blip. Is it on this side or this side? It's all garter stitch. Right here. Can you see that? I don't know what I did there. But it's like, I don't know if I slipped a stitch or I purled one stitch or something. Because it's like, looks...
You like... decreased or something. It looks like increased. I mean, I meant to increase somehow.
I don't think so.
Look, that's like doubled over. Looks like you like increased.
That's why I was thinking I slipped it. That's why I was thinking like that should have pulled through and been knit, but I slipped it instead. That's what I think I did. I slipped a stitch.
You're like banging down there. What are you doing?
No, I can't even see it. Anyway, just a little blip, but you know, it's a dishcloth. I'm not real worried about it. So I knit my dishcloths on Chalgoo's US 8s, I think. Let me find it. Yep, US 8 5mm needle. Now we know for sure. And I always go up to... The pattern says 45 stitches. I think I go up to 47. But other than that, I follow the pattern as written. for the no holes, because there is, you can do eyelet holes along the edges or no holes, and I do no holes. So
I have one more finished object, and it's a little tune sweater without the stripes.
I haven't seen him in that.
I haven't blocked it yet.
Oh,
I just wove in the ends.
Okay.
I mean, this is like a week and a half ago. And I haven't woven the end. But it's not cold enough for him to wear this. Anyway, this is for Theo. Because I felt bad that he didn't have anything to wear. But this is for Theo. It is a little tune sweater. I like this pattern because it's reminds me of the flax sweater. Like, it's super simple, basic pattern, you know. But the flax doesn't have short rows. And I don't want to, like, add short rows myself. I just want it written so I can just read it and then knit it. So this just has short rows. But it's just a basic raglan. And it is a DK weight pattern. I used a worsted weight. It is Plymouth Encore. And I don't know the color. I think it's just a number. But it's just this, like, little gray blue. I feel like it's kind of grayish, but it's blue.
Yeah, and it's definitely blue.
I don't remember what size in it either. I told you I finished it a while ago, so I completely forget.
And the pattern is written with stripes.
Yeah, the stripes are just on the body.
Just on the body.
On, like, so you knit the raglan and then just the body would have stripes. But yeah, it fits him. I just need to block it. He doesn't like it.
Oh. He wants everybody else's knits.
Yeah, I know. That's why I knit him this, because I was knitting Paisley, the bean and olive, and I was like, hey Paisley, come try this on. And he'd come running over. She would be like, no. And then he'd come running over wanting to try it on. And I was like, fine, I'll put it on him. And then she'll come running because it's her sweater. So he's not allowed to try it on. Well, anyway, so I knit him a sweater that he doesn't like. He'll like it just fine when it's actually on him. He won't care. But didn't like trying it on when I was knitting it. And see, I don't remember what size it comes in for the kids one. That's why I don't know what size I knit him. But I also don't know needles.
We're winning at this podcasting thing today.
Okay, I literally finished it and then sat it on the counter, like on...
Did you make a Ravelry page?
Not yet, I will. It'll be there.
But you don't remember what you used.
It's still in the bag.
Oh, it's not. Why didn't you bring the bag up?
Did I bring up any bag? I brought up one bag, you guys. I have one whip. Okay? Did not bring up extra bags. This is somewhere downstairs in my bag bin.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where in my bag bin. It's in my bag bin. I don't even know what bag I used. I'm pretty sure it's I think it's a Delightful Works bag, though. So, it's in a bag. It's downstairs. I'll find it.
Oh, and we're talking about kids' knits, and we didn't even talk about our make-along.
I haven't entered them.
ROK Cozy Kids. Is it a Mal?
Yes.
Yeah, because you can crochet. Mal on Instagram. So they use that hashtag, show your participation pictures. Do we have an FO or is it just that
hashtag? Yeah, there's an FO.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, all the information is in the description box below.
This is supposed to be a quick podcast.
So I can go lay down.
I only have one whip though.
I have 3 whips. So I'll talk first.
I was about to say you have to talk first.
And this is in my Noble Character, Amy of Noble Character Crafts, one of her project bags. And in it is my son Ralph's Almost Basic Cowl. So this is a pattern that is on the Rose Opal Knits website. It's a free pattern, and I designed it because my husband wanted a basic cowl to stay warm. And then I knit one for my son Thomas, and now for my son Ralph. The last time I showed it on the podcast, I was here, and that's how much I knit. So I don't even know how many inches that is. 4, maybe?
Roughly. Hey, we can measure it with our sticker. Roughly 4.
So, it has ribbing at the bottom, and then it has stockinette in the front and stockinette in the back, and then the sides have ribbing. And then it's got decreases so that it's not too snug of a fit, but it's not going to be a drapey cowl either. I am knitting this on the needles that are in the pattern. So this is a US 9, but it also calls for a US 8 to finish it off. And I am using the yarn that I suggest in the pattern, which is Barocco Ultra Wool. And this is the color Kale, which doesn't look anything like kale, does it?
No. It's definitely blue. Like, it's not, the camera's not lying to you. It is a blue.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kale, I would think it's green.
I mean, it's got green undertones to it, but it's not, I mean, kale is green.
Yeah.
So.
Like, it's like a deep green, too, for the most part, isn't it? I don't eat kale.
I do. I like kale. I like leafy greens. I like kale, collards, spinach. I don't think I've ever had turnip greens. Anyway, that's off topic. I'll talk about one more, and then
I literally only have one thing, which is this.
Okay. And then this is in my Anne of Green Gables bag from Little Mermaid Yarn Co. Is that what it's called?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. I think I probably still have the card in here, actually. No, that's the yarn. Maybe I don't. Maybe I took it out. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And they are doing an Anne of Green Gables series every Friday until sometime in April, I think. They are releasing a Anne of Green Gables yarn inspired colorway. So I haven't gotten any of those because I'm trying to be good this year. Not buy a lot.
I am too. I haven't bought very much, actually.
And so I had started fingering weight socks early in February, and then I realized I was not going to finish those February socks. I meant those finger weight socks by the end of February, so I casted on a DK weight socks, and I'm not obviously finishing the DK weight socks either by the end of February. But
yeah, you got like 24 hours.
Yeah, and but basically, I told myself, so I was talking to my friend Tracy of Grizzly Knits. Hi, Tracy. And we decided that as long as I have 12 finished pairs by the end of the year, that's good enough. They don't have to be finished by the end of that specific month, so.
I got fuzzies floating around me from the yarn. It always happens when you pull out yarn. It's like fuzzies.
But, so this is DK Weight yarn by... more even. Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. And it's the DK weight, it's a DK sock base, 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, in the Sweet Maples colorway. And I am knitting these socks on a US 3, which I always forget what it is.
I think the 3.25.
3.25 millimeter. We're going to go with what she says.
I'll look at it.
Okay. Sure. And I am knitting that on 2 circulars. So, and I'm also doing the 2 socks in 1 method. I've showed the book before in the past. But I'm basically, so I measure the leg of my DK socks with my hand. So I'm going to knit the leg to here. And then I'll add waste yarn for an afterthought heel. Then I'll knit the foot. And then when I get to the toe, where I would start the decreases for the toe, I'll add more waste yarn, and then I'll start knitting the leg for the next one, and it'll all, you know, come apart. But I've talked about it before because I've done it once or twice now. I can't remember how many times. Twice. Right?
I think it's twice, yeah.
Yeah, twice. And I think it's called the Everyday Sock. You can find the pattern. You don't have to buy the book. I think you can find the pattern on Ravelry. And I want to say, I don't remember her name. Sophia? Something like that, but I don't remember her last name. Anyway, sorry. So, I mean, I'll finish them eventually. I don't know why. I like broke my cake in the 250 gram. Excuse me. Even though I'm knitting, I don't know. That don't make sense.
You didn't put your tag in there.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, mine is in a Target bag that my mom got me.
That's nice.
It's like in there, the dollar bins, but it's like $5. I don't know. But they're like, I showed them before. It was like bags, but then they're canvas bags. They come up and they have a drawstring. I'm not going to do that right now though, because I'm talking about it. Anyways, so this is a baby blanket. Kind of big. It's kind of big. It's pretty big, actually. Well, anyways, so it looks like fisherman's rib, but it is not. It is the Forever Baby Blanket by Pearl Soho. It's a free pattern, so I can talk about the stitch pattern. Kind of. Not going to tell you all about it. But the thing that drew me to this is that it is like a no purl blanket.
Oh.
But
it has texture.
It has texture to it, and it looks like you purl. But it's no pearls. And it's very stretchy. Like, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. But let me tell you the needles, because they're right here. It's a US 10.5, which is a 6.5 millimeter. And so I was going to do just this color, which is Hobby Lobby's Yarn Bee. Yeah, Yarn Bee Yarn ID in the soft succulent.
Hold on one second. All right, we had an interruption.
Anyway, yarn is Yarn Bee Yarn ID in the soft succulent, which is, I think it's labeled as a worsted weight. Yeah, medium 4. Anyways, so this is how far I got, and I used an entire ball. So obviously it's not long enough for a blanket yet. But I only bought 2 balls of this, thinking that was enough for a baby blanket. No. Don't know why I thought 2 was enough. But then I asked Holden. He picked the color. He picked this green. And then I was like, well, what color should I use? Should I use just make it all in this color, or should I add another color? He's like, well, the other ones are all stripey, aren't they? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Because the boys' are stripey, both Mason's and Theo's blankets. But then Paisley's is like speckled. So then he's like, so stripe it. So then I went and I found this brown. And it's the same yarn, Yarn Bee, Yarn ID, Cafe.
Oh, Oleg.
There you go.
Cafe Oleg. Mm-hmm.
I would not have said that right. But so I bought 2 balls of that. So it's going to start with this green, and then it's going to be the brown, and then green, and then brown. So I bought 2 more balls of this, because that should be enough yarn. The pattern calls for like 1,000 yards. I only bought 2 balls, and they're 252 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That shows you how great at math I am, apparently. But yeah, so.
What, did you have the pattern picked out when you went and bought the yarn?
I don't remember.
I don't think you did.
I don't know. But still, 2 balls of worsted weight yarn.
Yeah, I don't know. But
at 252 yards?
I think when you went shopping, you were still in shock that you weren't having a girl. That's why.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not buying enough yarn. Like, not even close to enough yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just bought yarn.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, this is my last whip. And it is in a bag by
Carla. TV Crafty Girls.
Yep. And she's here on YouTube as Carla Knits Podcast, right?
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure. I don't know. I never actually thought of her podcast name. She's Carla.
I think it's Carla Knits.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
I think so. This is my Provence tee or top, or I don't know.
We do that every time.
I know. And I just felt like working on it, so I picked it up to work on it, and I'm trying to, let's see. Provence Top by E. Katerina Voroveva, or This Cozy Nest, I think is what I have written down here. And I did make some modifications to this pattern. When I started it, I casted on stitches for the extra large size. And then as I knit up the body, because it starts at the bottom, as I knit up the body, I decreased to the large size. And the last time I showed it, I had just finished the lace on the back, and I had messed up the front, so I had ripped it all out, and I talked about that in the last episode. So I picked up this is where I was. And so I started, and you knit, I think, well, it's a paid for pattern, but you're supposed to knit a specific amount of stockinette stitches. And Daphne and I had discussed this sweater on the ride to the bridal shower. And I said to her, I was like, I love that pattern. I love the way it looks. I love the lace. I like the way it looks on Daphne's looks.
I love mine.
Mm-hmm. But I know me, and I just kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking that I wouldn't wear a full lace panel on the front, and I'm like kind of regretting the full lace on the back.
The lace on the back looks fine.
Mm-hmm. But so we discussed it, and I said, what if I just do the lace right here in the center and then stockinette like where my shoulders are? And you said you thought that would be fine. So that's what I did. And I knit a couple extra rounds of stockinette stitch before I started that, because I also didn't want it to come down low. That's just not my style either. So I'll hold it up here like this so you can see it. So you see it's just lace right there in the center, and then the rest is stockinette. And then I did pick up for one sleeve, and I'm about ready to start the cuff because I only want 3/4 length sleeves. And this is completely different as well. The pattern calls for a short, like a short sleeve lace sleeve that flows nicely with the, you know, all the lace at the top of the sweater. But since I did the stockinette stitch here, I always kind of knew I wanted stockinette stitch sleeves.
Yeah, she had been saying it since the beginning that you didn't think you'd want those lacy sleeves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think after I did mine, you were like, yeah, I don't know if I want that. You know, like you were thinking about not wanting it, and then I knit mine, and I knit mine not 2 pattern because I cropped it, but like 2 pattern, like all the lace basically, and I do not knit lace. So this, I want to knit another one too. So that shows you it's pretty easy. Like, like I get very frustrated with lace, but
it is a nice, comfortable, repetitive lace pattern.
It's very easy.
But
I was so nervous about it too. I don't know if any of y'all remember me knitting this.
But so I knew I didn't want lace sleeves, so I picked up and I knit the sleeve stockinette, and like I said, I want, you know, like 3/4 length sleeve. So I'm almost ready to start the cuff, and then I'll pick up for the sleeve, and then I'll have a finished sweater. Because it's one thing to like love the look of a sweater while it's like on a hanger or someone else, but you have to love it when you wear it, or you're not going to wear it. And I didn't want to spend all this time knitting this sweater and then never wear it. So those are the modifications that I made. I am knitting this sweater on a US 8, which is a 5mm needle, and my ribbing needle, let's see if I wrote that down. You know what, even if I didn't write it down, it's in the bag. So that's an 8 too. My ribbing needle is a US 6 4mm needle. And the yarn is Barocco Remix Light, which it's 100% recycled fibers, and they label this as a 3, which is technically a DK, but it's
based on the like yardage and everything.
It's like a sport weight.
Like heavy. I'm trying to find the yardage. Where is it?
Right there, 432, like a heavy fingering, sport weight type. I've knit 2 sweaters. Now this is my second sweater out of it. And the first sweater I knit was written for Barocco Remix Light, and it considers it a DK weight pattern. And I think because it's more of a warm weather yarn, or like a transitional weather yarn, like a spring or a fall, you don't want it to be tight. You know, you want it to be more of an airy or more open knit anyway. So, and that's what it has. It's got nice drape. I love this yarn. I have another sweater's quantity in it. I plan on knitting another sweater. But it's very soft and it's very drapey. So, but it's not like...
It's not sheer like my first sweater.
Yeah, it's not see-through. I mean, I'll be wearing a tank top under it anyway. But, so... Excuse me. That's all I have to say about that. But we do, or Daphne has a purchase.
I do. And I'm very impatient. Okay. So, it's a purchase for both of us. But her birthday isn't until April 6th. So, a little over a month, obviously. But, very impatient. But also, I, for some reason, went on Hue Loco. And we've both talked about wanting one of her chicken sock set.
Mm-hmm.
And I went on there to look at them. And it had a banner on the very top of the page that says these colors are retiring or whatever. Meaning she's not going to dye them anymore. And this is one of the yarn shops that she said she wanted to buy from. But it's specifically like the chickens, not just Hue Loco.
Yeah.
It's the backyard chicken collection.
Because I have my favorite yarn dyers, but then I also have yarn dyers that I at least want to buy like one skein of yarn from because I want to try it or whatever.
But anyway, so this is on her list, basically. We talked about it in like November or December or something like that. And so I went on there and I was like, oh no, they're going away.
And I didn't know.
She didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm impatient and wanted one too because I mean, like, they're so pretty. But anyways, I bought these two. So this is, I bought one hen and one rooster is what it is. This is the Dorking rooster. Right? Dorking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the minis are pumpkin and emerald for those. And like, they're just super pretty.
Mm-hmm. It is pretty.
But then this one is the golden comet hen. And the minis are sage and pear. Those are very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so this one's for her. But
for my birthday. She made me open my birthday present early.
Because I wanted to knit mine in March. For my March socks, even though it wasn't in stash. But it's okay. It's a full skein. And I'm going to knit me and Holden matching socks with, like, swapped minis, basically. But anyway, but I knew the reason she had to take it early. I kind of forced it upon her. But the reason she had to take it early was because I wanted to knit this in March for my full skein socks. And I knew if I went and kicked this up, she would have been like, when did you get that?
Yeah.
She would have questioned me, when did I get it? And why I didn't tell her I was ordering.
Yeah, because she'll order from shops, and she'll know that I want something from the shop, and she'll order, and we could have split shipping. I'll be like...
So it's like, how am I... And then I can't sit there and lie to her face, though. So it's like, no, you have to take it, because I really want to knit it. Because I knew they were going to be ready.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not going to knit mine yet.
Holden picked out that one for her. Actually, I told him, hey, you have to look at these and pick one for your mom. And he's like, but her birthday's not for, like, however long. And then I explained it to him, and he's like, oh, okay, fine. But yes, so I did force her to open it early. But she doesn't have to knit it. That's fine.
Not yet. It's going to go in stash for now.
They're pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And we needed them.
We needed them. Yeah.
But, okay. So, if you see hers and you're like, oh, I like that, it is most likely out of stock. Because when I bought it, there was only like 2 left. So, and I think there's only like 4 left of this one. So, if you see this and you want them, you should probably go look and see which ones they have left. Because they did not have very many left. That is also why I ordered. Because I was like, I don't know how long they're going to be in stock. And which ones they're going to have in stock. So, could have tried to wait. But I felt like it wasn't worth the risk. Of not getting one we really wanted.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so that's it. I don't have any other purchases, and
that was
you showed yours. Yeah. All right, so that's it. We will see you in 2 weeks. Hopefully. Definitely this time. Well, yeah, I say definitely. Who knows what will happen? But
2 weeks.
We try for every 2 weeks, and most of the time it is every 2 weeks. But don't forget, if you made it this far, you want to check out the Spreadshirt shop. Get yourself a sweatshirt or a sticker or a mug or all. I don't know. And join us in our make-alongs. So we have the Cozy Kids Mal, and we also have the year-long
Caitlin Hunter Boylan Network.
Yep.
Right.
Knit along. So, but all that information will be in the description box below. Okay. So thanks for spending time with us, and we will see you soon.
Later.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.